to meet you for today's video with a full Meloetta Forms team. I've been waiting ages to do this one, pretty much because I wanted the shiny one to come out, but looks like it's probably never going to come out, and I may as well get going on it. So we've got Meloetta and we've got its form Pirouette. So I'll be using these two Pokemon here, two of them for a team of 4, and they've only got the Serene Grace ability. They've got the signature move as well, Relic song, which actually changes them into another form, being the Pirouette one. So I'll be using that a lot. I've got 4 battles today with the Meloetta team, and I hope you enjoy. First battle here, this one is against Timothy, and we got a Chestnut Lee. Now, my first Meloetta has Relic Song, Zen Headbutt, Ice Punch, and Sword Dance. So these Pokemon, when they change form, actually change stats as well. So for the normal one, the normal Meloetta, we have a change. When it goes to Pirouette, it actually becomes a physical attacker. But when it's in its normal state, it's a special attacker, which is kind of interesting. So you can even make up quite a few mixed attacking sets, which is fairly unique. I just really hope they don't release the shinies in like a month or 2 time or something like salty like that, because I have to redo this team. Anyway, let's keep going on this battle. I'm going to keep punching this Chestnut over and over again. I finally got a Freeze Axe due to the Serene Grace. So with Serene Grace, it actually doubles the secondary effect. So with Ice Punch, it has a 10% chance. So now it's got a 20% chance. Still nothing, you know, super incredibly high, but it does sort of help. Also, sorry people about the lack of uploads lately. I've been very busy. With the DLC coming out in over a month's time, I'm pretty much going to clean up a lot of the teams I wanted to do, and then I'll be, you know, when the DLC releases, I'll be banging out those videos for you on the daily, probably multiple times a day. So that's going to be awesome. Lots of new news and stuff came out too, so I'm really looking forward to trying all those Pokemon I haven't used for ages and the new ones and stuff like that. All right, we got this Relic Song actually has a chance to put the opponent to sleep too. So Relic Song is a 75 base power normal move and has a 10% chance to put the opponent to sleep. So with Serene Grace, that actually makes it 20%. So it's actually really fun. You can transform into another form and try and put your opponent to sleep at the same time. Question of the day here, people. How many times did I use Relic Song in this entire video? Only the real ones will know the real answer. Let me know about the comment section of the video. And also, shout out to Lady Crimson that does all my little editing for the Pokemon up the top there. She actually changed the Meloetta form every single time. So, yeah, drop a like on the video and leave her a comment there saying thank you, because that was, you know, that's a real pain. Like, every time the Meloetta changed, it actually changed around in its little form. So, you know, give her a little comment there in the video. That would be awesome, saying thank you. All right, anyway, we got in comes, I don't know whether this is a theme team or not by my opponent, or it's just random Pokemon. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to figure it out. But this Talonflame has finally taken out my Meloetta. I think the shiny form is like red. It's got that little red sort of hair thing around it. Oh my goodness. I just noticed something. Okay, be real with me. I never knew that Meloetta had a microphone next to its face. I never knew. I thought it was its ear. I'm completely blown away by that. I never knew that Meloetta had a microphone next to it. I'm going to get roasted for that one. I never realized that until now. Like, see that little close-up? It's got a little microphone there, and then the other one's got a microphone coming down from its hair. Man, I'm going to get absolutely destroyed in the comments for this, but I never knew. It's sort of just like, you know, it merged together as sort of part of its hair. Wow, how did I not notice that? Anyway, I'm sure you're going to hear a lot of Meloetta singing in this video. So this one was, this is a true Pit Night special. Now, this Meloetta set is a Metronome, Perish Song, Relic Song rest set. So I wanted to go get the Relic Song going there and try and put the opponent to sleep. Then roll for a Metronome Dream Eater. I know it's incredibly low chance there. Or I could go for a Perish Song and then go for a Metronome, like a Mean Look or a Trapping move. So that was what this set was all about. It was a very gimmicky set, but it was actually really fun to use. Unfortunately, I unloaded a Hyper Beam, and the funny thing is my own Perish Song strategy is going to get used against me. In comes your boy Malnourished Mewtwo here. I'm going to recharge and then I'm going to faint. So we got the Florks actually swapping out there before it fainted. So that was a max health, max speed set, Timid Nature on the Relic Song set. This is the Relic Song Close Combat Acrobatics and Psychic set. So it's a mixed set I've got on this one. Let me bring up those EVs real quick. Max attack and max special attack. And I also gave that, I gave that bold nature. So I don't know why I gave it bold nature for. But anyway, no, I didn't give it bold nature. I gave it naive nature. What am I talking about? So I had Relic Song Close Combat Acrobatics Psychic item was White Herb. So this is actually Terra Flying, and you wouldn't read about it. The Mewtwo goes for bulk up, and then it's going to go for a Terra. It was Terra Fighting. I'm like, what? I went for Terra, and it was Terra Flying. So that was a very, very lucky matchup there, actually having a double Terra, not only on the same turn, but me actually having the advantage in the Terra typing as well. How about that new Terra news as well? If you have been listening to the Pokemon news, like all the combined Terra types and stuff like that, that's absolutely like crazy. I wonder what's going to happen with that. Like, it's very, very interesting. Anyway, Mewtwo's going to go for a Brick Break. It's going to pop a couple of balloons, but I'm still floating. I'm going to be going for a Acrobatics. Now, it's not really going to do a lot of damage, I know, but it still actually is going to be able to live that first attack, and then the second one too, being just a pure flying type. So that is the end of the Mewtwo there. Bye-bye, Mewtwo. And we've got 2 more Pokeball left. So we got this Florgs from earlier on. I'm going to go for a Relic Song here again, and we're going to see if we can get a Sleep. That was my only sort of chance to get rid of this thing. And I rolled it. I rolled the Sleep. So that's very good, because you need to put the opponent to sleep before you can sweep. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do another transformation there. I got my little, my flying microphone. See, I know now that it's a microphone, all right? Now, we're going to go for the acrobatics. Like, be real with me. Who didn't see that microphone? There's got to be one person as well that didn't see it. I'm going to be like the only one up there. Anyway, so I'm going to go for a Psychic here and force Scythe actually wakes up here and gets a Moon Blast off, sending my Meloetta to the moon. So first Meloetta on the moon there. There must have been a little bit of helium in those balloons. Next Pokemon is going to be, well, it's Meloetta too. This is the only Meloetta that I actually didn't give Relic Song to. So I want to do something a little bit different here, because this is a Echoed Voice Meloetta. Let me bring that up for you. So the EVs were Max Special Attack and Max Speed, Timid Nature, Calm Mind, Echoed Voice, Substitute, Shadow Ball, and the item is going to be Metronome. So Metronome is going to be obviously consecutive uses of the Echoed Voice is also going to stack on top of that too. So it's quite a cool little item. In comes Who's Your Daddy, and it's a Ditto. So Ditto is going to transform into me. It's also got a microphone there. See, I didn't miss that. And now it's going to go for Calm Mind, but I win the speed tie, and that is the end of Ditto. And that's also the end of the battle there. Thank you for the battle, Tim. And I'd be a little bit salty about some of those statuses throughout the battle too. It happens, right? It happens. It happens to the best of us. Let's go to the next battle. This one is against Danny, and we got a Giratina lead. This team was a complete counter to my entire team. Like, you watch what happened here. You watch the Pokemon they brought here. Anyway, so I'm getting a little bit sidetracked here. So I'm going to be going for a Psychic here. Giratina is actually very, very bulky. I know it's not much of a surprise, but it took quite a few attacks here. So I'm going to be quite bulky on the special side too. Meloetta is deceivingly bulky. It's got 128 base in special attack and special defense too, which is pretty good. It also has 100 base health, so it's quite a bulky special defensive Pokemon, and it's got a reasonable speed stat base of 90 too. Next Pokemon, that's the end of the Giratina. Out comes another Ghost. I'm like, well, I can't use Relic Song at the moment, so I guess I'm going to go for Psychic, right? So good damage here on Psychic. And here comes a Flamethrower. Meloetta is going to eat that one like a snack and finish off our second Ghost-type Pokemon. So like, okay, good, finally, I'm rubbing my hands here. I'm like, yes, I can finally use Relic Song. And out comes Sissa. I'm like, I guess not very effective. So a Steel-type Pokemon, a Ghost-type Pokemon, are very, very good counters to this team, obviously, right? So it's going to use Bullet Punch. I totally never saw that one coming. So swapping into Meloetta number 2. This is the Parasong Relic Song set. So I was like, you know what? Let's just see if we can get some damage on this. It's going to be very hard to take this Pokemon out. So I went for Relic Song, and I got some okay damage there. I transformed. Now, the funny thing is, Scissor goes for X Scissor. That would have been super effective. However, since, I forgot to mention this too if you didn't know, with the form change, it goes from a normal and psychic type to a normal and fighting type, which is pretty cool. So quite a unique Pokemon, not only changing stats, but also changing types as well. I guess you could put it on sort of the level of like Darmanitan and Darmanitan Z mode, right? So go for some more Relic songs here, and I'm going to have another transformation. This is trying to boost up its speed with Trailblaze, and it's going to be a big problem. Especially because it's already got Bullet Punch and Priority and a very powerful move too. So go for Relic Song here again, and Scissor is going to be able to live that one, obviously, and it's going to close its little metal peepers, and now this is my chance to take it out. Now, Scissor is going to obviously try and go for a Bullet Punch this turn, like, why wouldn't you? And it's going to be sleeping, so that's excellent. So now all I got to do is go for another Relic Song, and that is going to be enough to take it out. So bye-bye, Scissor. I'm lucky I got that sleep status there, because like it had those Trailblazed up, it could have just gone bam, X-Scissor and beaten the rest of my team before I could, transform. So next Pokemon is Uwu, and that is a Samurai. So Samurai, like, you watch this, right? So Samurai's like, okay, good, here we go. Let's go for a Relic Song here, at least against a decent target. And it was a Ghost type. I'm like, come on, man, like, what's going on? So I can't use Relic Song again. So that's 3 Pokemon I couldn't use against, and 1 Pokemon which heavily resisted it. So I'm not having a very good time at the moment. I'm holding my own, though, you have to admit. Here comes a Razor Shell, and that is the end of the Meloetta. The mic got cut, that mic drop. Next Pokemon is Meloetta Normal. Out goes the Samurai, and I was like, hey, we got any Ghost types here? And in comes, oh, look, it's a Dark type. That's okay. So I went for a Shadow Ball. So Shadow Ball was really my only answer to Ghost type Pokemon, and of course, Meowscarlet is going to be able to resist that. So swapping out my Meloetta and going into my next Meloetta, this was a U-turning one. So that's a protein bug type move, and that's going to completely dominate my Meloetta. I only just lived, so another counter. I'm like, man, I don't know what I could do. Out comes Urshifu. I'm like, oh, come on. So here you go. We're going to go for that Relic. So I'm hoping for like a scumbag, like, I don't know, like Sleep or something like that. I'm going to get a transformation here. Now, what's that called? Gummy Bear? I haven't had a Gummy Bear in, I don't know, at least 20 years. So here comes Wicked Blow, and that is going to be enough to take out my entire team virtually, because Wicked Blow is super effective against all of my team if they don't transform. Last Pokemon here is Meloetta. I'm going to have to go for a Terra here. I mean, look at the team that I've been presented with, right? And this is my Echoed Voice set. Now I'm thinking, at least if I'm normal type Pokemon, it's not going to be super effective, and I might be able to get some Echoed Voices going. Maybe, possibly. Anyway, so outspeeding, go for the Echoed Voice. It doesn't quite take out the bear. It's going to be going for a Wicked Blow. I do live that, though, which is very, very good. I can go for a second one, and that is the end of Urshifu, which is good. So now I've got Terra Normal, and I've got 2 Echoed Voices. So this is a pretty scary move now. So outspeeding Meowscarlet. Meowscarlet gets laid out, son, and that's another Pokemon down. All that's left is the Samurai called Uwu, and I can go for a Shadow Ball here. I was like, this might take it out. However, it's got Aqua Jet, and Meloetta is going to fade. So that is the end of the battle. But man, you have to admit, though, you've got to admit, that was a fire effort from my team there. Look at those counters, man. That's crazy. Let's get on to the battle number 3 here. This is a battle against Leeton. We got a little sleeping Charmander, and we got a what's that called? She-Li. Let me see that again. Let me read that nickname. I don't know why they even said she. I'm not sure what these means, and maybe this is like horse or something, a horse name or something. Anyway, go for a Relic Song there, and I got my transformation, of course, waiting to see what Mudsdale Moveset is going to be. Now, Mudsdale's going to go for a Rock Tomb, which is it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does drop my speed. So like, is this a speedy Mudsdale? Now, White Herb is going to get rid of that speed drop. I'm going to go for Acrobatics, and it actually does a pretty good amount of damage because I lost my item there, and I'm transformed into a more physical Meloetta. The Pirouette form is much more physical. So it's going to unload the Mighty Double Kick. Now, I'm going to be going for a Relic Song here. I know I can almost, hopefully, take that out, and unfortunately, it does not. I was sort of hoping I could get back into my special form because Special will probably do more to Mudsdale than physical attack, especially if there's any more stamina Pokemon. Unfortunately, that wasn't the way. I possibly could have taken it out if I didn't go for that, but, you know, it would have been very close. So I'm bringing in my Meloetta here. This is the Metronome set. I got a Pedal Dance. You wouldn't read about it. So I got that Pedal Dance there, and that is the end of She-Li. I don't know how to say that name. I'm probably going to get destroyed for that as well. Next, we got another one. Leecho. I don't know how to. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say these names. So it's an entire team of Mudsdale. So if you can imagine, right? Actually, I got an idea. You could put Mudsdale. You could put Meloetta on the top of Mudsdale. You wouldn't put Mudsdale on top of Meloetta. It would be squishy. So anyway, you put the Meloetta on top of the Mudsdale, and you get a you get a Paldean Meloetta rider. I don't know. That would be actually just slot into that saddle nicely. Next Pokemon here, I can read that Mustang. I know that. We're gonna go for a Parasol here. I was hopeful that I could get this, this moveset to work. So it's going to go for an Iron Defense. Like, it's a really bulky set, so I'm assuming they probably have body press on this or some sort of stalling strategy. So I thought that sort of suits this, so I might be able to get a good move in. So I went for Metronome. I got Sheer Cold, but it missed. I was like, that would have been amazing. Unfortunately, it did not connect there. Now, Mudsdale's going to get a second Iron Defense up here. All I need is some sort of, move to go along with it. So I thought maybe I could get, Mean Look or something like that. So I was hoping for that Mean Look. I wiggled my finger there, and I got Knockoff. I was like, that's not going to do anything. So I got rid of Apricot Berry. So this is definitely a bulky set. So I'd say it's like Iron Defense, Body Press, Rest, something like that. Rest, Sleep Talk or something along those lines. Anyway, so one more turn left on the Parasong. I swapped in Meloetta again. This is my echoed voice. I thought, well, they'll probably swap here. Let's go for Substitute, and I got a free sub up against the next Pokemon, and that'll be great. However, they did not swap, unfortunately, and they went for Body Press. I guess at least the Mudsdale is going to faint here, but there goes my chances of having a free Substitute up so I can get my echoed voices going. So that is the end of the Mustang there. I think we got three more horses left here. Yeah, we got 3 more. So as soon as that horse comes in, we got another Terra. I just need a drink here, people. I got some nice peach rings G Fueler. Code SALT for 22% off on your G Fuel. Anyway, we got a Terra Electric Mudsdale. I screamed at the Mudsdale, and, well, it didn't really do too much apart from boost up its defensive stamina. So this is a Terra Blast Electric set. Thank goodness Meloetta was able to lift that and get, a couple of attacks off it. So I got 2 attacks, which is pretty good. Another stamina boost for Mudsdale. Mudsdale's going to go for Earth Power here, and I actually lived that. It was a complete special Mudsdale. Then Mudsdale lived on 1 health. I possibly could have gone for Terra Normal there looking back, but I was certain that would actually take it up, but it didn't. So maybe I got a low roll there. Anyway, Meloetta is going to roll off the field. Last Pokemon we got is Meloetta number 4. This is my Relic Song set. 3 of them got Relic Song, and that is going to be enough to take out the Mudsdale. So this, I believe... this is my Ice Punch. So this is the Relic Song Zen Headbutt Ice Punch Sword Dance set. With max attack and max speed, jolly nature. And I got Bright Powder as the item too. So I'm going to be going for a Terra here. This is also Terra Normal. I think I said all my Terra. So we had the Meloetta first one, like the flying one. You've seen that. This one was Terra Normal. And the other 2 are also Terra Normal as well. Terra Normal is kind of good for it. So doing a little pirouette and go for a Sword Dance there. So, man, can you imagine being you're doing ballet and stuff and having to stand on your foot like that? That would be, you'd have to have a toe made out of iron or something like that. Has anyone ever done ballet before? Let me know. You must have the strongest and sorest toes in the world. So I got an Ice Punch. You wouldn't read about it. It got a freeze. It thawed out and then Fission Mist. I was like, man, don't do this to me. And that is the end of Lit. That's the end of Lit. And comes out Lee. We've had Lit, we've had Lee, we've had Lie. Man, I don't know what's going on now. So going for the Relic Song here, hoping I can put this horsey to sleep. Good damage there when you think about it, because I am running the physical stat set, so I use the special move there. Now I'm going to get my transformation, so Relic Song should do more damage than before. Unfortunately, it's going to wake up and it's going to get a Protect off. So I got to sleep, and then it woke up. So I may as well go for Ice Punch here. And I went for the Ice Punch on the Protect. So I'm like, all right, maybe I should try and put this to sleep. I don't think it's going to faint it because I've got my special attacking stats, not physical ones. So I went for the Relic Song and it put it to sleep again. Wow, that was very, very lucky. Now I'm going to have another transformation here, and I can go for the Ice Punch and finish off this Mudsdale. Ready for my Ice Punch? Did you hear that? Yeah, it was an Ice Punch. I got some ice, I put it on my fist, and just smashed it straight into my palm of my hand. that is the end of the third battle there. That was a really, really fun battle too, against 6 Mudsdale. There's so many different, it's like freeze hacks and other things happening all the time in sleep and stuff like that. Let's get on to battle number 4. This is a battle against Derek, and we have a troll team here. So we got this is very, very mean. So I had a plan, right, and I was trying to execute it. So I was going to go for a sleep to try and put the Grimmsnarl to sleep, or maybe try and freeze it with Ice Punch. So firstly, I went for Relic Song, and Relic Song, I didn't expect it really to do too much. Of course, with being a screening Grimmsnarl, setting up the reflect and the light screen, I knew my moves wouldn't be doing lots. So I thought a good way to try and stall out that screen would be trying to go for a freeze hack, and maybe I could get it. So I got it on the very first try with Ice Punch. I was like, this is really good. Now I was thinking, I could set up the sword dance here, but I'll still have that problem with the screens being up. Plus, I want to see if I can cause some salt here. So I kept going for Ice Punch. My tiny fists were beating against Grimmsnarl's, absolutely, incredibly enormous upper body. And I was getting close to fainting it, right? And then it thawed out. And you wouldn't read about it. It had Ice Punch too. And on its very first Ice Punch, it froze me. So I was meant to be the one with Serene Grace, and I got frozen. So I'm sitting here, I'm letting it go, and now this, I'm getting hit by Drain Punches by over and over again here. There's nothing I can do. It's getting its health back, and Grimmsnarl, I'm hoping I can thaw out here. I got the thaw out of it. Yes, here comes an Ice Punch. There's got to be a freeze, right? And I was hoping the freeze, and a freeze never happened. Like, you tell me how that Grimmsnarl got that Ice Punch freeze on the very first go. He must have done like a sneaky skill swap while I wasn't looking, Must have been that microphone covered my eyes and I couldn't see that. Next Pokemon is Meloetta number 2. So I'm starting to get a little bit salty at the moment. So I went for the Relic Song. I hope this is going to be the end of this Grimmsnarl. Hopefully it doesn't do a lot of damage. And then I got the sleep against him. Like, all right, this is good. Now I can finish this Gremlin off, right? So transforming into the physical attacking Pirouette. And I'm just going to go for close combat here. The reflect is now gone. And with that close combat, that'll actually activate my White Herb. So I'll be able to go for a fully powered up acrobatics there at double base power. I possibly may even, be able to go for a Terra Flying too. That was kind of the strategy with the set. Next Pokemon, it's another Grimmsnarl, but it's not a full team of Grimmsnarl. I wonder if you can guess what this team is. So now it's going to go for a Metronome Fling. It flung a Covert Cloak. I'm like, wait a second. So this is actually crazy, right? Because out of all the moves it got for Metronome, it got Fling, and the item it flung away was practically like one of the few items that actually can stop all the secondary effects of moves, like, me going for a Relic Song, putting stuff to sleep and things like that, and it put it to sleep. I'm like, wow, that was so lucky. Like, it could have picked any other move than Fling, and it didn't. So anyway, I did another transformation. I know this will surprise you. I'm going to go for Acrobatics, and that is the end of the second, the Gremlin. I mean, I had a little bit better luck against the second one. The first one, we're not going to talk about. Speaking of Pokemon, we're not going to talk about. Here is Toadstool. Now, this was a horrible, cruel, mean set. So it's going to be a Mud Slap Toadstool, and it kept using Mud Slap over and over against me, which is very, very cruel because it kept dropping my my accuracy over and over again. So all my moves kept missing all the time. Here comes a Dazzling Scum. It only just lived there, and I didn't land. I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, right? So it's going to finish me off with a Dazzling Gleam. Man, now the salt levels, they're starting to rise again. I've only got 2 Pokemon left. Like, what am I going to do? So I swapped in the Meloetta number 3. Oh, I don't need to take a pee. I've got Relic Song and Parasong, so I went for the Relic Song here, hoping I could try and get some status here and maybe put it to sleep. So I got my transformation here. Now, unbeknownst to me, this also was going to go for Mud Slap, and I also had a couple of other moves as well that were equally as mean. So I kept going for Relic Song here. I was getting some pretty good damage. Obviously, that one didn't do as much because it was a physical form. I was like, all right, the next Relic Song will take this out. This is very, very good. Now, it's going to go for another Mud Slap, so it used 2 Mud Slaps, same as last time. So I only have to land 1 move here, and my Relic Song missed, and now it has Spore as well. I had a little sneaking suspicion that it had Spore. I wasn't, with Mycelium Might, its ability, it goes second, but, when you got the accuracy, those accuracy drops, it doesn't really matter. So I had Chesto Berry here, and I woke up from the Spore. I was like, yes, and it lived. I was like, man, I thought it would be enough to take it out. So another transformation there. And we've got another Spore off on this Toadstool, man. I don't want to see another Toadstool ever again in my entire life. Like, I never want to see one of these again, especially if it's got like Mudsdale or something like that. So I'm sleeping again. Here comes yet another Mudsdale. They're toying with me, being very cruel here. Another accuracy drop here. I'm expecting a dazzling gleam soon, and here it comes right out of the snoot. And Meloetta could probably take one more. I wake up and Relic song misses. So I could have swapped into my other Meloetta, but I didn't want to because, you know, it would probably meet the same fate as this poor one. So that's it of Meloetta. I've got one more left, and I've got my echoed voice set. So I thought, all right, I know a way to get around this, and I thought, let's go for sub first. That blocks the Mudsdale actually drop, and it also blocks the Spore as well. Not Dazzling Gleam, but I knew they probably wouldn't go for Dazzling Gleam, you know, judging on all the last two encounters of me being, you know, totally trolled. So that is the end of the Kraken was released, and now it's been unreleased. So that's 3 Pokemon down. We still got 3 more there. Next Pokemon to come out is going to be Corviknight. I'm like, what is this set going to be? So I'm going to go for Echo Voice. I really don't have a lot to hit this with, and I'm going to need to see if I can build up like a lot of moves here. Now, the Corviknight doesn't attack me. It goes for Hone Claws. I'm like, all right, fair enough. So it's a physical attacking set. It's going to increase its accuracy as well. It also has the item Leftovers. So it's probably going to take me, I reckon, like another 2-3 hits to try and take this Corviknight out. So go for my third Echo Voice. I'm like, wow, the next one actually should be almost enough to take it out. And then the Corviknight goes for Rest. I'm like, Rest and Hone Claws. That's an interesting set. I wonder what this set is going to be all about. So Corviknight's got all of its health back there. I'm just going for Echo Voice. I've actually got nothing to lose, like Desperation, Echo Voice. Good damage there. The next one does actually take Corviknight out, but I was curious what it would do here. So it's going to be Sleeping, and I had a feeling it would probably have Sleep Talk, and it did. And the move the Corviknight had was a Peck. It's a Hone Claws Peck set. And the Peck was super effective, and it broke my sub there. So my sub has got... Did I say super effective? I didn't mean super effective. I thought I was in my other Meloetta form. Man, you can't blame me. Like, these forms have been swapping back and forth like you wouldn't breathe. Anyway, that is the end of the Peck Corviknight. Only on Pirouette Shadow. Next Pokemon is Kusulu? I don't know how to say that. It's a monkey with a melon anyway. I'm going to go for a Terra Normal here, and I'm going to be unleashing this echoed voice. Now, I'm hoping that I can outspeed here, but I'm not really sure because this does have potential to actually outspeed me. However, it does not outspeed, and that is the end of the Parmesan cheese. So, you know, you get your spaghetti, you pour your Parmesan cheese on it, you eat the spaghetti, and that's the end of Parmesan cheese. Next Pokemon we got is we got Salamancer's brother. It's going to be coming in there. It's going to get an attack boost there, raising that stat up, and now we got a Terra. So, like, I definitely don't think I'm outspeeding this, but who knows what moveset this is going to be. Like, who knows? That's some really, really troll moveset. So, it's Terra Dark. No, I believe that's something to do with the theme team here, if you can guess what it is. And here comes a Breaking Swipe. I just lived that. Apparently, it was like this bulky troll set, and I managed to get off a Echo Voice set, and that is the end of the Roaring Moon. And that's also the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed all the battles, people. A really fun theme to do. Some great battles and some fun teams. I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out, people.